because they think rates are going to be so much lower, and then you got to bring them back to, kind of neutral?
I think last year, talking about the difference between last year and this year, last year we had this like hopeful doom and gloom where people were like, oh my gosh, the rates are so outrageous, but at least the home prices will come down. And so they were kind of, they weren't in a rush at that point, because like, we're going to let prices come down. Then the end of the year round, and in fact prices increased last year. They didn't go down because it's a supply and demand thing, not a cost thing. People need somewhere to live. But the opposite at the beginning of this year, where buyers were seeing the rates coming down, they realized the prices didn't go up last year. The prices didn't last year. And so they think, well, if the rates come down, you're more likely to see prices go up this year. And so there was a little bit of a frenzy at the beginning of the year to get out there and secure something before the rates did actually come down. Yeah. And again, we've talked about this on the show before. We're in a supply and demand situation, right? Yeah. We're not in the Midwest where you can just build 1,000 new houses. We don't have places to build houses right now that are going to help out with this supply and demand.
Unless you go in 2 hours away from.
But even those, we used to see a substantial difference in the home prices between Mass and New Hampshire. And I think as you get higher in the price points, you'll see a substantial difference in the kind of house you're getting for those bigger price points. We sold a house last year. Base price of a new construction house was $765. Yeah. They put a bunch of upgrades in it and it went up, but that was in Hudson, New Hampshire for a beautiful new construction house on a great lot in a cul-de-sac. You're not getting that in Massachusetts, right? Yeah. But if you're looking at those houses under 600,000, they're pretty even, because those first-time entry-level buyers, they have to find somewhere to live, and they're going to go as far as they have to go until they find that.
To be able to afford that.
Now, does the rate dropping help new builds at all? New construction, having more in the inventory, or is it pretty much?
We're still underbuilt right now. We use anything we can, but it's going to take a long time for them to fix any kind of inventory issue. And I know, Matt, you had mentioned the other day, we should definitely be incentivizing more tax credits and figure out solutions there to get more supply, or figure out more creative solutions. Massachusetts is actually working towards they just passed the Affordable Homes Act. It's going to be in place. They're starting now, but there's some new rules on ADUs, which I think is a key solution for
accessory dwelling units.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Formerly known as in-laws. In-laws, you were only allowed to have relatives living in your house, and there are all kind of rules and stipulations. Yeah. Tons of towns like them because it kind of changed the demographic of the Canadian in-law, where you have this extra apartment, right? And maybe your grandparents or somebody's moving in there, but it's not what happens when that person doesn't need that space any longer. Now you've got this multifamily home without family living in it. That was the in-law. That's why towns have been kind of against it in the past, but we're where we don't have land to build on. Yeah. And so offering creative solutions to that. You've got don't want to downsize because the cost of their house that they're living in, it's going to be kind of potentially could be the same as one of these new condo complexes or whatnot, and they like their house and they don't feel the need to move, but maybe the kids can buy the parents' house and the parents can move into the ADU in the backyard, and it makes everybody happy there.